creations.
See you tomorrow.
Where I'm going to pause for a moment.
And family. All of us.
The abundant nature, the rich biodiversity, and the infinite wisdom bundled into the smallest seed and into the universe itself.
My mom said, and we're
Chuck
roasting
Miller?
marshmallows too.
Gunalchish. You call yourself a Tlingit elder in training. We are all in training, but the heart that beats in your young body is the heart of an elder. When I first told you about Monsanto and biotechnology, you knew in your heart Monsanto is violating nature. Later you wrote, my grandmother used to teach my family that we need to treat our food with respect or it will not provide for us. My ancestors' teachings are still a very big part of my life, and I want to be able to pass that on to my children, grandchildren, and those yet to come. GMOs are not the way to treat Mother Earth and the generations yet to come. You encouraged us to come to Castle Hill today to march against Monsanto, and so we have. Sharon McIndoe, Gunalchish, and Gunalchish to the Hatu Litzine drum group. Your drumming brings a good and powerful spirit to this gathering. Gunalchish to the dancers who will honor us later in this event. Gunalchish again to Chuck for your prayer. May God bless you for your offering today. Gunalchish to the officials who gave us a permit to meet on Castle Hill in Alaskan State Park. Gunalchish to the people from the Harbor Department who opened up the restrooms under O'Connell Bridge for us today. When I told the gentleman of our need, he said, my parents taught me we must take care of our elders. Gunalchish to the Lutheran Church for letting us borrow this podium and these chairs. Gunalchish to the sound, video, and media people. Thanks to you, this event will bless people around the world. And Gunalchish to our parents and ancestors. May their spirits fill our hearts, and may they join us today as we honor our common mother. And Gunalchish to each of you, I welcome and honor you. Your very presence makes a statement. And today we make that statement with countless people around the world, people of all races, creeds, and cultures. And we bear testimony on behalf of our children, our friends and neighbors, our communities, on behalf of the land, the water, and the air, on behalf of our sisters and brothers, the raven, the eagle, the salmon, the bear, the whale, on behalf of the bees, the birds, and the butterflies, on behalf of all life and the earth herself. I'm Brett Wilcox. I'm joined today by my wife Chris and 3 of our 4 children, Brittany, David, and Olivia. Sitka has been our home for over 12 years now. We meet today on Castle Hill for a reason. This is the location where Russia sold the vast territory of Alaska, land it didn't own, to the USA. Historians tell us when the Russians and the Americans met on this very spot to legitimize the theft, the Tlingit people were not included in the gathering. Many of them watched the proceedings from their canoes in Sitka Sound, having no knowledge of the purpose of the meeting. Thus, the native tribes and people of Alaska became disenfranchised from their own land and governments, and thus they became foreigners and non-citizens in their 10,000-year-old ancestral home. Of course, Alaska's native people were not the first to suffer at the hands of European expansion. Following the arrival of Columbus, Native Americans have experienced over 5 centuries of barbaric behavior from civilized Westerners. The American sense of manifest destiny, our self-serving belief that God wants people of European descent to spread across the land and claim everything within sight, resulted in the manifest destruction of America's indigenous inhabitants. And what European Americans did in the USA, European colonists did in much of the rest of the world.
Can we go home now?
Carl Jung described such cut-off Europeans as techno